The individual cannot live without belief, and science cannot provide that belief. But we still must put our faith into something. Can we make a mistake in where we put that faith? Peterson is using some other philosophers as reference to his own beliefs in the failure of socialism, arguing that even though these things were extremely rational, they did not work. And perhaps that is because man himself is not rational. And to expect us to be so is to cut ourselves off at the roots, as Nietzsche said. He also said, in the doctrine of socialism, there's a hidden will to negate life. Perhaps these statist strategies focus too much on the idea of man as a idealized, completely empirical being, which does not really exist. It exists in theory, and it sounds good and right, but could, even though it has all those features, be terribly, terribly wrong, as has been proven time and time again in my own opinion, and it seems Peterson's opinion, over the years when these types of things have been tried and failed miserably, and usually at the horrible expense of many lives. And on the other hand, there are some systems that clearly do work, even though they only make a sort of abstract sense. Planned, logical, and intelligible systems fail to make allowance for the irrational, transcendent, incomprehensible, and often ridiculous aspect of human character. And then he includes what I think is a really fascinating segment from Dostoevsky. Honestly, I can't pronounce anything ever. So you're just going to have to forgive me. And if someone wants to correct me in the comments, they are more than welcome, and I'll do my best. But what he's saying is that man is essentially not a piano key, and that there are some systems that exist that are designed so that when you push the piano key, it makes a noise. You could also use a puppet reference, I suppose. If you pulled a string, one arm lifts. If you pull a different string, the other arm lifts. But man is not a puppet. Man is not a piano key. And he will do anything to prove that he is not a puppet and not a piano key. This philosopher says, if you give a man every earthly blessing, drown him in a sea of happiness so that nothing but bubbles of bliss can be seen on the surface, give him economic prosperity, such as he should have nothing to do but sleep, eat cakes, and busy himself with the continuation of his species, and even then, out of sheer ingratitude, sheer spite, man would play you some nasty trick. He would even risk his cakes and would deliberately desire the most fatal rubbish, the most uneconomical absurdity, simply to introduce into all this positive good sense his fatal, fantastic element, that men are still men and not the keys of a piano. He then goes further, saying even if this were true, if man were nothing but a piano key, and it was proved to him by natural science and mathematics, even then he would not be reasonable about it. He would do something perverse out of simple ingratitude simply to gain his point. And if he does not find means, he will contrive destruction and chaos, will contrive suffering of all sorts, only to gain his point. So what say you? Are we completely rational creatures? Could we ever be? Or do we have some innate humanness in us that will never allow us to be that completely, and to ignore that side of ourselves, to separate the science from the belief, the irrationality from empiricism? Is it not a mistake to say that they are separate entities? Are we not both? Are we not kind of a contradiction in ourselves? And is that not sort of the point? Hi, thanks for watching part of my ongoing series as I continue to read Jordan Peterson's textbook, Maps of Meaning. If you want more content like this, be sure to check out the full playlist linked below. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll leave a like and a comment below. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, then go ahead, press that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.